I don't think Deep Attack's the way to go. If we get Obsidian Butchers, we win. Hey, Rush Reckless here, and welcome to Rush to Diamond episode 3. So I didn't have much to say, so I'll just get right into the battle, and I have actually a couple questions for the community here. So I realized that I feel like a lot of you guys probably are interested maybe in perhaps a guide. Now, of course, there's just so much to talk about that I'm not so sure exactly what kind of guide you guys are looking for. So for example, I could do, let's think about it. We could do, for example, a draft guide with the new draft mode. Obviously, a lot of people don't really know how to play it. I think I have a pretty good grasp on how to play it. I could definitely do a draft guide, maybe even a brawl guide, although a brawl guide would be a lot harder because I'd have to cover like basically every other brawl. I could do a beginner's guide, which could cover 3 sets of things, and in that case, like, we could either break it down into 3 categories, like 1 episode for each, or we could just do 1 big episode considering each one. And those 3 things would be 1, a resource guide, 2, a battle guide, and 3, a deck building guide. Now, once again, I don't know exactly what you guys are looking for, and I am totally down to do something that you guys would want me to do. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are looking for. If you guys want me to do a guide, by all means, I could definitely do it. And then on that note, just let me know which type of guide you'd like me to do. Anyways, we're hopping into our very first game. Did I want to really AFK after that? Interesting. And yeah, we're probably gonna end up winning this really cleanly then in that case. I might have to just skip it if that's the case. Okay, so they did not AFK, so that's pretty good. I'm just looking to deal some damage here. Honestly, we have a pretty good butcher setup. That would be a total of 6 damage. If this gets hit here, which it definitely will, that's gonna be 2 health. So I could definitely do 4 to base with butchers here. If I do 4 to base, I'm going to need a bit more setup though, because that's not enough. And I'm kind of thinking, honestly, I was not really paying much attention at the beginning, but let's see. We did play Healer Troopers with GP. It's kind of weird to cycle back that fast though. I mean, I think Toxic is definitely coming up because I don't think I've seen it.
Until then, the crab shall remain frozen where he now stands. No, wait, I'm begging you.
So far, ooh, Shyvana, that's a very powerful card. So interesting. So they're playing it. At least they're not level 3, so it's settled down a bit. Oh, thank goodness it's level 2s. Yeah, thank goodness level 2s. It's actually a really good winter deck. Not gonna lie, it's actually a pretty solid winter deck. So they have very cheap cards here, and then they have Shyvana. I probably, if they have Ice Cold Burst as well, I mean, that's just the nail in the coffin there. And the problem is we don't have that too much. But let's see, we can do 4 damage to base. That's gonna keep them at 5. Is that really the play though? I actually do think it is. I do think it is, and we're gonna have to find a way to Toxic right here. Not now, but hopefully in the near future. I do think we will cycle this out. And there's GP, which, yeah, it doesn't really help much. So we're just gonna actually go ahead and play SM in case it lands up here. We definitely want to try and force it up there, and then we can just do something like this. So next turn, yeah, there's Toxic Sacrifice, ROF, Toxic, looking really good right here. Also, it's kind of funny because this Rhinox was poisoned, and then GP Vitalize. The nerf is so massive. The nerf to make it vitalize just made this the opposite of poison. So this is really sucky. Let's see. I really do think Reign of Frogs into Toxic here would be good. And then the problem is you don't want to trade out GP because then you're probably gonna draw what, Faithless or something, and you obviously can't trade out Gifted because it is your best card in your deck. So there are some problems, I guess. So this doesn't. I mean, if this freezes, then that it's like, oh, what? Why would you not freeze this? Okay, that's kind of weird. I think if the enemy just froze this, then the Dawn Sparks would like guarantee, but okay, fair. This is a safer play, so it makes a little bit more sense. Now, of course, the Rain of Frogs, we have to hope it doesn't land right here. This isn't the best Rain of Frogs, honestly, unfortunately. I don't really like that, to be honest. Not a big fan of that. I really do want to cycle this out, but I don't know what I'll draw. Like, Faithless is my... Ooh, Crimson. Okay, maybe I should have cycled first for Crimson. Actually, would have been a little bit better. Crimson Sentry here. Sounds kind of solid. Honestly, in that case, we might even want to Toxic Crimson. No, that sounds like a bad idea. But honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and play this into Gifted over here. Even though they do play Freeze, I think it's fine, because we could always find some kind of sneaky lethal with Toxic killing our own unit. So I think it's still okay. I really do wish we'd Crimson first though. Crimson into Rain would have been a lot better. We ended up just losing out some value on that. Unfortunate. And we also wasted a bit of mana, so not the best play, but you know, we have to deal with what we have. The problem is like this deck is actually pretty solid, not gonna lie. The Icicle Burst Chef combo with Mistwives. You have Rhymelings here for the mid game, and then you also have Frost Hexers for a double free. So pretty solid deck. Pretty solid deck, not gonna lie. Rhymeling, so you don't get the token, that's fine. Probably gonna hit this too, if I could imagine. Yeah, there it is. And hitting this too, it's gonna be capped at 2 health. We can't even push forward there. But we can definitely Toxic if we need to. Toxic here with Erratic. Or we could just Toxic with that. Excuse me. If we Toxic with just this one, honestly it's not too bad. And then we could cycle out Erratic. We could try GP. I don't want GP in this hand, to tell you the truth. Because now you could also just Toxic here with Lawless. Lawless Toxic Dubious GP sounds kind of bad. You could also just Toxic. I'm trying to think. Dubious GP. I think that is a little bit better. Not my best favorite Toxic though, so definitely going to stink a little bit. But I do think this would be like a better play. And technically you could trade here, but I think I really need to start focusing on keeping a board. You could also trade here. No, I just need to keep a board, so I'm gonna just play it back. So now I'm really trying to just look for a Butcher's Lethal. It's not really looking too good, to tell you the truth. If all these were 1 strength units, then it'd be really good, but it's not. And really our only perfect 1 health here would be with Faithless. That kind of does suck as well. There's just so much stuff that isn't really looking good, but you know, we're gonna have to make it work somehow. Oh, wow, so the enemy plays Siren of the Seas. That is a crazy play, to tell you the truth. Honestly, buffing to that was probably the better play though, because now we could like Faithless Butchers into... Faithless Butchers SM doesn't sound too bad, I guess. How much would that even give though? 1, 2, 3, that steals 5, keeps it at 1. I don't like this play. I am not a big fan of these plays, to tell you the truth. Perhaps it's even better to just Butchers. No, there's no other play you can make because it's going to attack into here. That's probably even worse, right? Maybe it's not the end of the world. Maybe it's not the end of the world. Or maybe I should have probably SM first. Okay, this is probably a big misplay. If it lands here, it's actually doomed. Okay, it lands there, which is technically not too good, but actually it's not the end of the world. I think it's fine if they take this copy because I don't think they'll draw back into it anytime soon. I am definitely losing though. This is not looking the greatest. I do think their deck is actually pretty solid. It could obviously be even optimized further, but their deck is definitely pretty solid. So that's why we're kind of struggling at the moment, but we're going to have to make work with what we have. And it's not looking very good at the moment. Okay, this Mistwives seems very ambitious. Like very ambitious. I mean, they should have the token in hand, right? There's no way the enemy plays like that. How can the enemy seriously just play so mindlessly like that? That's so strange. I'm definitely going to... So this thing is going to be a problem if I don't deal with it anytime soon. I really would like to Gifted, Crimson, and then GP, but GP is not really good enough. I think you have to Gift it here. And then I would cycle out GP. All I'm really fishing for... Well, obviously it would be Obsidian Butchers, but I don't think the chance of the drawing that is like impossible. Or actually it wouldn't even win me the game if I'm cycling this out, so not really. But what I'm really looking for is just not dying. This is a problem too, because this might spawn right here. It doesn't spawn there, that's a miracle, honestly. Miracle and a half, and this is gonna do 3. Okay, so this Erratic Neglect is kind of funny. This will actually keep me alive by 1, I believe. Yeah. Assuming that this doesn't proc, which we're probably gonna end up having to kill that, we could live with technically... Oh, we won't have level 1 health because Vitalize. Okay, interesting. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Definitely gonna Toxic next turn, that's for sure. This is getting into quite the game here. They also run Siren, but because they played it that turn, I mean, they could obviously draw back into it. I don't know, guys. It's looking very interesting. Definitely looking like an interesting game here. Quite the game we have going. So Shyvana, the problem with Shyvana there is like, so this is 2 cards, so we have to keep that in mind. Even with the mana, I don't really think the mana is a big deal. Wow, Wolf Cloaks. not, you can't even wolf cloaks into the base, because they should have definitely wolf cloaked into the base, I think. Doing better. Interesting. We have potential lethal here. I do not think Devious Hags is actually the way to go. I do think Lawless Herd would be a pretty solid play. I don't think Devious Hags is the way to go. If I get Obsidian Butchers, we win.
Wow.
I also delayed because I was like, wait, is there really a chance? Okay, so also one thing I want to teach you guys for Butchers. Once again, I do think some of you guys here are new. When you play Butchers right behind a one string card, even though it doesn't show that they have movement, they actually do. So they're gonna go straight to the base. We just made lemonade from literally lemons, but we barely had any lemons and we somehow made lemonade. I don't know how we won that. That's hilarious. We had basically it's 1 to 2 turns left to win there, and we somehow clutched it up. So that's really good. That was really cool. I said good and cool at the same time, and it came out really weird. That was really cool. Let's see what happens in the next game. It's so funny because I see silver, and then I for some reason my brain says, oh, this is gonna be an easy match, until I realize that they're like maxed. Oh wow, so this is actually a pretty solid start. I'm definitely going to go ahead and do this actually instead, just for value. You could obviously get one more movement just for Crimson, but it's not worth. And I realize this is all bot, so we're just going to skip to the next game. Alrighty, boys and girls, so as unfortunate as this may sound, I actually ended up facing bots all the way to Silver 3.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Yeah, this is kind of funny because I was playing against the bot, and then they actually Crimson Sentry'd my Faithless Prophet. So this is what I want to show you guys. When I end my turn here, they end up dying. So what happens is the movement for this unit is already registered, so they're supposed to move forward, but because it gets poisoned and switched, then they move to the other side. So that's kind of funny. Just want to show you guys that. Not so sure what that was all about, but I do think maybe it's because, honestly, I don't know. I guess no one's playing this game anymore. But I ended up getting Silver 3, and that really sucks because I didn't get any footage. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you in the next one. Peace.